Remember, the 5th of November, the gunpowder, treason, and plot. I know of no reason why gunpowder treason should ever be forgot. Welcome guys to another custom painted minifigure showcase. Rascal521 here, and in this one we have my custom painted V figure from one of my favorite movies of all time, V for Vendetta. I believe this movie was number 22 on my top 50 list that I did a few months back. But V for Vendetta, for those that are unaware, the reason I'm doing this video on November 5th is because basically this movie follows Britain in the future. It's kind of like a dystopian future, is under like extreme totalitarian rule, and this guy, the total dictator, played by John Hurt, who does a brilliant job in the movie as well, is basically ruling over the entire country. He's putting strict bans. The police are practically rapists. A lot of them, they abuse their power. There's people being like segregated and even like put into like internment camps and whatnot due to like their race, or if they're gay. It's just a very bad place. And basically this man named V, who's played by Hugo Weaving, who wears a mask and is labeled a terrorist, basically goes around blowing up giant iconic buildings, like different government buildings, every November 5th, and he basically is just killing, like just wiping out all these different members of the British rule, basically. So he's basically kind of trying to start this huge revolution, which is inspired by Guy Fawkes, as a man who basically tried to start a revolution way back in, I don't even know how long, like hundreds of years ago. And he basically runs into Natalie Portman. He saves her from a couple of thugs one night, and she kind of becomes involved in the whole movement. And it's a really powerful movie about revolution and standing up against what you believe in. It's just, in terms of like revolution and for like standing up for the people movies, I believe it's probably the best of its kind. So like I said, it's in my top 50 favorite movies of all time. Absolutely love it. The score in the movie is great. The acting is perfect. The cinematography, the dialogue especially, everything about it I just love, and I had to make this V figure. So onto the figure. I actually made this figure last year, like last November 5th when I watched the movie, because I tried to make it an annual tradition of watching it every November 5th now. But yeah, last year I made this figure, and for the most part he's the same from when I did it last year, although I did make I decided to touch up the face and the hat, because the old hat and face weren't very good. The sculpt on it and everything just wasn't good, and I used a different hat. And then because I decided to update that, I actually decided to update the torso as well. And then I cut back the cape a little bit. I kind of trimmed it down a little bit. But yeah, overall I'm actually really happy with it. So as you can see, he's pretty much all black. You see he's got black pants and then a black shirt. He's kind of got like a vest type thing going right there. You can see he's got his knife holsters on his belt. You can see kind of like this part hanging down from like his cloak onto his legs. And you see he's got a belt buckle and then some creases in his shirt painted on. The cloak, or whatever you want to call it, the cape, is actually made out of construction paper. You can see I kind of cut that to kind of be like a giant, haven't really done something like that before. I usually, make just like coats or jackets for figures, but it was kind of cool to do like a cape this time. I liked it. It was fun. He's got 2 knives, because of course knives are his signature weapon. He has like, I believe like six holsters just on the front of his body alone for knives. He's just always throwing them around. There's a really cool throwdown at the end of the movie with him just unloading, like just throwing knives everywhere, just taking out all these guys. It's a really cool scene. And then the face is actually a white minifigure. This is what I updated, and this is actually what I like the most about the figure, which I'm glad I updated it, because before I thought the face was my least favorite part of the figure. But yeah, the face is, as you can see, it's a white head with hair sculpted on with green stuff, and then he's wearing a top hat. And the face I just kind of painted to look like, you guys have probably seen the masks before. The mask that he wears in this movie is a very iconic mask. They've been around for centuries, but I think this movie is really what propelled it to popularity, where it is today. But yeah, so I painted on. You can just see he's got like the kind of the evil looking eyes, and then the creepy smile, and then the mustache, and then kind of like the pink dimples on the side. He's got like the little goatee. And yeah, overall I actually really like how the face turned. I think it looks really cool. And then the figure as a whole, I'm just glad I made it, because like I said, I freaking love this movie. It's one of my favorites. It's not even just for the action scenes either, although the action scenes are cool. I just love the whole theme of this movie, the stand up for what you believe in, and the character of V, I believe, is just such a great protagonist. You know, you don't know much about him, but you can still rally behind him because everything he says is like, yeah, that's true. Like everything he says, he does a really good job of basically inspiring the people to get behind his movement, and that's what I love about him. He's just a really cool, and his dialogue is some of the best movie dialogue I believe I've ever heard. So yeah, once again, love V for Vendetta, guys. This is one of my favorite movies of all time, and I'm really happy with this figure. I'm really glad I redid the face the other night because I think it looks much better now. And overall, I'm actually really satisfied with this figure. So let me know what you guys think of it down in the comments. Let me know if you've seen V for Vendetta, and I will talk to you next time, guys. Peace out. Thanks for watching.